सर्वेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Good morning, everyone. I would like to continue reading the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, verses from 8 through 10. Vidaya Kartsena Chatad Yadaha Bhagavan Bhavaha Sandha Dukkha Kayena Savaniva Paso Shiraha Vidaya executing Katsena all in all, Cha also that yet which Aha was said, Bhagavan the Lord, Tavaha Shiva, Sandha executed Kasyena after leaving Daksha, Kayena with the body, Savaniya meant for sacrifice, Pasoho of the animal, Siraha head. After everything was executed exactly, um, after everything was executed exactly as directed by Lord Shiva, Daksha's body was joined to the head of the animal meant to be killed in the sacrifice. This purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. This time all the demigods and great sages are very careful not to irritate Lord Shiva. Therefore, whatever he asked was done. It is specifically said that here that Daksha's body was joined to the head of an animal, the goat. Next verse. Sandhiyamane sirasi daksho rudraभिवीक्षितः sadya supto ivotsato tadrise chagruto mrudam. Sandhiyamane being executed, sirasi by the head, dakshasa king Daksha, rudraभिवीक्षितः having seen by Rudra Lord Shiva, sadyati immediately, stupite sleeping, iva like, utsav awakened, dadruse sa cha also, agrataha in front, mrudam Lord Shiva. Translation: when the animal head was fixed to on the body of the king Daksha, Daksha was immediately brought to the consciousness. As he awakened from the sleep, the king saw Lord Shiva standing before him. Translation or purport: this example given here is that Daksha got up as if he was awakened from deep sleep. In Sanskrit, this is called Supta Ivotsav. This means Supta Ivotsav. The meaning is that after a man awakens from sleep, he immediately remembers all the duties which he must execute. Daksha was killed and his head was taken away and burnt to ashes. His body was lying dead by the grace of Lord Shiva. As soon as the head of the goat was joined to the body, Daksha came to consciousness again. This indicates that consciousness is also individual. Daksha actually took another body when he took on the head of the goat. But because consciousness is individual, his consciousness remained the same all through his bodily condition, although his bodily condition changed. Thus, bodily construction has nothing to do with the development of consciousness. Consciousness is carried with the transmigration of the soul. There are many instances of this in Vedic history, such as the case of Maharaja Bharata. After quitting his body as a king, Maharaja Bharata was transferred to the body of a deer, but he retained the same consciousness. He knew that although formerly he was King Bharata, he had been transferred to the body of the deer because of his absorption in the thinking of deer at the time of his death. In spite of his having the body of a deer, however, his consciousness was as good as it was in the body of King Bharata. The arrangement by the Lord is so nice that if a person's consciousness is turned into Krishna's consciousness, there is no doubt that in the next life he'll be a great devotee of Krishna. even if he is offered a different type of body. Next verse, 10th verse. तदा वृषध्वजो दिवेसा कलिलात्मा प्रजापतिः शिवालोकात् अभवद् शरद्धर इवामलः. Tada, at the time, Vrushadvaja, Lord Shiva, who rides on a bull, Dvesha, envy, Kalilatma, polluted heart, Prajapatihi, King Daksha, Shiva, Lord Shiva, Avalokat, by seeing him, Abhavat, became Sharat in the autumn, Hrudayaha, lake, Iva, like, Amalaha, cleansed. Translation. At that time, when Daksha saw Lord Shiva, who rides upon a bull, his heart, which was polluted by the envy of Lord Shiva, was immediately cleansed, just as water in a lake is cleansed with autumn rains. Purport. Here is an example of Lord Shiva, of why Lord Shiva is called auspicious. If anyone sees Lord Shiva with devotion and reverence, his heart is immediately cleansed. King Daksha was polluted by the envy of Lord Shiva, and yet by seeing him with a little love and devotion, his heart immediately became cleansed. In the rainy season, the reservoirs of water become dirty and muddy, but as soon as the autumn rains comes, all the water immediately becomes clear and transparent. Similarly, although Daksha's heart was impure because of his having slandered Lord Shiva, for which he was severely punished, Daksha now came to consciousness, and just by seeing Lord Shiva with veneration and respect, he became immediately purified. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I like to seek blessings from all assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me the opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. I'm summarizing the verses by listening to the lectures from His Holiness Ramapada Swami Maharaj and references from Bhagavad Gita. The passages above describe how King Daksha, who was envious of Lord Shiva, experienced purification upon seeing Lord Shiva with reverence. This transformation is very similar to how autumn rains cleans muddy water. The key points from these verses. Cleansing power of devotion. Srila Prabhupada frequently emphasizes that heart can be purified by sincere devotional service. He also explains that even a small amount of genuine devotion can cleanse the heart of impurities as seen in case of Daksha. It is referenced in Bhagavad Gita 9.22. But those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Let me repeat this again. But those who worship me with devotion and meditation and meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Just as autumn rain cleanses dirty water, seeing Lord Shiva with a little love and devotion, cleanse Daksha's heart of envy. Second point is seeing Lord Shiva with reverence. Srila Prabhupada teaches that approaching great personalities like Lord Shiva with respect and devotion has an immediate purifying effect. He often refers Lord Shiva as the greatest of all devotees Vaishnavanam Yatasandhu, and highlights the respect and reverence towards such personalities lead to purification. It is referred in Bhagavad Gita 4.11 as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all aspects, O son of Partha. Seeing Lord Shiva with devotion and reverence immediately cleansed the heart, demonstrating the purifying power of true devotion to divine personalities. Even King Daksha, whose heart was polluted by envy, became purified upon seeing Lord Shiva with reverence. Restoration and awakening. The Srila Prabhupada emphasizes the consciousness is beyond the physical body and the quality of the soul, and is the quality of the soul. The restoration of Daksha's consciousness when his head was replaced signifies the continuity of soul's consciousness regardless of the body it inhabits. In Bhagavad Gita 2.22, this refers as a person puts on the new garments, giving up old ones. The soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. When Daksha head was replaced, he was brought back to consciousness, symbolizing the individuality and continuity of consciousness despite changes in the body. Individuality and consciousness. Srila Prabhupada explains that soul's journey through different bodies accompanied by continuity of consciousness. He often references Maharaja Bharata, who retained his consciousness even in the body of a deer, to illustrate consciousness remains individual despite changes in the bodily form. It is referenced in Bhagavad Gita 2.13 as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age. The soul similarly passes into another body at death. The sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Consciousness remains individual. As seen when Maharaja Bharata retained his consciousness even in the body of a deer. Transmigrating of soul. Srila Prabhupada teaches that the soul carries its consciousness through different lifetimes, influenced by the state of mind at the time of the death. This underscores the importance of cultivating Krishna consciousness throughout one's life. Bhagavad Gita 8.6 highlights that thing. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, the state he will attain without fail. Maharaja Bharata continues consciousness in the body of a deer highlights how consciousness is carried over through different lifetimes. Turning to Krishna's consciousness, Srila Prabhupada emphasizes that engaging in devotional service to Krishna purifies one's consciousness, ensuring that even if one takes a different body, they will continue their spiritual progress. In Bhagavad Gita 9.30, even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. If one consciousness becomes Krishna's conscious, regardless of the body, they will continue their devotion in the next life. This point highlights the transmitted power of devotion, the continuity and individuality of consciousness, and signifies one state of mind at the time of the death, as elaborated by Srila Prabhupada. Additionally, the purifying effect of seeing Lord Shiva with reverence underscores the importance of devotion to divine personalities. I would like to end my summary with this core note. Thank you, everybody, for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna.